Item hash SCP Object Class Safe Special Containment Procedures. SCP is to be kept in its glass case in Prof. Snyder's office. If it is to be removed for study, it must be returned by the end of the day. Copies may be made of the contents. No purchases may be made from the artifact's contents without Level 3 clearance and must be paid from one's own pocket. SCP and any copies made cannot leave facility grounds. Description: SCP is a full-color, 200-page catalog printed on gloss paper. Front page reads the official SCP sales catalog in large red letters on the front, with a yellow star reading hundreds of bargains in the lower right-hand corner. In the center of the magazine is a picture of Dr. Jack Bright, smiling and holding what appears to be SCP-66 in his hand. When questioned, Dr. Bright insisted that he had never had such a picture taken. The catalog contains pictures and information on almost every single SCP artifact known, though the information on each object is written more like a sales pitch than an official document. Prices, item numbers and an order number are also listed. The bottom of the cover reads "Our best issue ever," suggesting that there might be more issues of SCP floating around. This is still being investigated. Besides artifacts, SCP also includes a list of SCP-related merchandise, including t-shirts, books, DVDs, and even video games and action figures, all of which are based off of known SCP artifacts, phenomena, creatures, and personnel. Administration denies ever authorizing the creation or distribution of the magazine or anything it sells. Samples of sales pitches from the magazine include Item 063: The world's greatest toothbrush. Don't let the typo fool you. This toothbrush is out of this world. No toothpaste needed, just gently scrub your teeth and, like magic, all that nasty plaque is completely obliterated. And for those ground in countertop stains, look no further than the world's greatest toothbrush. Available in blue, pink and green. Price: $. Item 123 contained miniature black hole back in stock after so many requests. This black hole is guaranteed to spaghettify anything you throw at it. Great for science projects and parties. And what better way to say I love you than with the gift of a contained miniature black hole. Order now while supplies last. Warning: contains small parts. Price: $. Item 244 Ice Fog Jar. Why waste electric bill money on expensive refrigerators? This jar will turn an enclosed space of any size into your own private meat locker. Freeze whatever you want. Just pop off the lid and watch it go. Price: $. Item 340 Insanity Candy. A truly maddening prank. Trick your friends into eating these covert candies and watch them literally go out of their minds. Available in 5 packs. Price: $. Item 447 Ball of green slime. What can you do with it? What can't you do with it? Use it as a lubricant, top off your gas tank, style your hair, or even dress up your salads and sundaes. The possibilities are endless. Now available in blue. Warning: do not apply to dead bodies. Price: $. Item 500 Panacea. Got Ebola, HIV, cancer, athlete's foot. This pill cures them all. No malady is too incurable. Out of stock. Price: $. Item 551 Impossible Puzzle. Throw out your Rubik's Cube and put down that crossword. This is the puzzle to end all puzzles. No one in history has ever completed it, can you? Hours of fun. Price: $. Many of the sales pitches seem to suggest that some SCP artifacts are not the only ones of their kind, with phrases like "order 2, get the third free" and so on. However, when more than one item is ordered, the arriving package only contains the original artifact along with a number of mundane replicas of the same artifact. Samples of merchandise related to, but not listed as SCP artifacts include a white cotton t-shirt reading "I survived the wrath of SCP-682", included a picture of SCP-682 on the front. Available in size SXXXL. Price $. A 30-48 cm 12 in SCP-76-2 action figure with interchangeable wardrobe, accessories, and carrying case shaped like SCP-76-1. When questioned, SCP-76 expressed great distaste. Price $. A 2-disc CD title drive. Clef's Holiday Hits. Cover depicts Dr. Alto Clef in a Santa outfit and holding a microphone. When questioned, Dr. Clef denied ever recording such an album. Price $. A Girls of SCP pin-up calendar featuring DRS Palmer and Wrights, Break, and SCP-105, 336, and 166, all in various states of undress. All but Break claim to have never posed for such pictures. Price $. A 3-disc DVD set entitled SCP Brawl. The Greatest SCP Versus SCP Fights. Cover depicts SCP-000-J 173 and 682. Each disc is 9 hours long and features various Keter-level SCPs fighting each other, most of which have never been formally recorded or even attempted. Price $. Soundtrack of Fernand. The musical contains 2 discs with 10 songs each, many of which were of a violent or vulgar nature regarding SCP-82, some of which are apparently sung by SCP-82 himself. When questioned, 82 proudly boasted about his supposed past in musical theater and the long hours he would spend preparing and method acting. The validity of these statements is debatable. SCP-82 is the current owner of the soundtrack unofficially, as he has eaten the previous holder and refused to give it back. Addendum: SCP was discovered in Prof. Snyder's mailbox on // Though it was addressed to him, he insists on never ordering such a thing. No return address was found.